money, religion, and woman. Three main topics that Andrew Tate talks about the most. In this video, I will help you open up your horizons in regards to those three topics. Views that made him such a polarizing personality. But before we begin, like this video, tap the subscribe button and comment warrior down below. Number 1, money. So I must admit that Andrew's idea about the fact that you don't make money, but you take money, this perspective has the potential to put you at the center, making you responsible for what you can do in order to become wealthier or financially independent. What is it that you can do to legally take money from other people? Or the way I like to put it, what is it that you can do to become more valuable in the marketplace, to become an asset for other people, so other people will happily give their money to you in exchange for what you have to offer to them? It can be a product or a service. On the other hand, I personally don't agree with the way he claims he have made his money, and that is through the so-called OnlyFans. For me, OnlyFans is prawn, and I'm pronouncing it like that because as far as I know, YouTube doesn't like this word. And I don't see how prawn can make any man's life better. I truly believe that it actually can only make it worse. Number 2, religion. Let me start off by saying that I truly appreciate a man that asks himself what happens to him after he dies, or deeper questions like, why am I on this earth, or what is the purpose of my life? I must say that I appreciate a man who's able to believe without having to see, because you know what? Actually, this is true not only about God or divinity, this is true about your own success as well, because in most cases you have to believe it before you see it happen. Anyhow, while I appreciate this type of man, and while I was privileged with the opportunity of meeting true Muslim people, true Muslim men, I must address something that no one on the internet seems to address in regards to Andrew Tate's faith. I have no idea if Andrew is still doing the OnlyFans thing, or if he still has multiple girlfriends at once. Probably he doesn't. But if he does, then he's not a true Muslim. He might be a Muslim wannabe, but not a true one. And while I'm not a Muslim myself, I know a little bit about the faith and about how a true Muslim would act. Hear me out. Sleeping or laying with a woman that is not his legal wife, a true Muslim would always consider this a sin and would do whatever to stay away from it. And I'm pretty sure that an OnlyFans business is not something a true Muslim would ever do for money. Now, before we go to number 3, I think you will find my free ebook really helpful. How to become the man you were meant to be, where I present you with the 5 fundamental elements you have to tackle in your life right now. To download it, find the link in the description below by clicking on More. Number 3, woman. Probably the one you were waiting for. Andrew Tate is mostly hated because of his supposedly misogynistic views of women. According to the dictionary, a misogynistic person is a person who is reflecting or exhibiting hatred, dislike, or mistrust of women. If someone is grounded enough to recognize that there are differences and biological differences between a man and a woman, that person is called a misogynistic. That just doesn't make any sense. Man and woman are similar, but they're also different, and this is how God made us. And if you think this is misogynistic because it's coming from a man, then just read The Female Brain by Luann Bresendine, who's an MD. By the way, she's a female who would say the same thing. Anyways, in fact, the contrary is true. I've heard Andrew Tate saying that a man should protect his woman and should provide for her. Then you must wonder, how can such a person be regarded as a misogynistic? So if you were watching this and you think that of Andrew Tate, then let me know in the comment section below what made you think that. I'm really curious to just hear your perspective. I personally believe that women are the most beautiful thing God ever created. Besides that, in my life, I was mostly blessed by women. Whenever I ended up in a situation where I needed help with something, in most cases, it was a woman that showed up and was willing to help. On top of that, I absolutely love women. I am man enough myself. I don't need nor want another man besides me but a woman. Besides that, a woman was my home for 9 months. Thank you, mother. Women should be loved and respected. This is a part of being a man, and I recommend every man watching this would adopt this attitude. And with those views I have on women, and as a man, I really don't believe Andrew Tate is misogynistic at all. If anything, to me, it seems that he actually respects women. Now I recommend you check the video where I talk about how society wants to keep you a ship instead of achieving your highest potential. I salute you and see you next time, warrior.